Well then.
Soothing. One would say pretty.
Could be thinking, well, why are they leading with Tool? And I would say that's a good fucking question.
Because they're goat.
That's right.
They are the GOAT.
Although, actually, the thinking man would go, or woman would say, didn't these assholes just see Deftones? Why aren't they leading with that? And that's also what I would call a very good question.
That's a good shout.
I'm actually curious myself.
8 days ago, we were in Albuquerque. Now, I got to say, it was the loudest fucking show I've ever been to. Loudest. Hands down loudest. There's not even a runner-up, really.
Like, could you imagine if we had been sitting in similar proximity when Killing Joke went on?
No.
It would have been terrible.
Yeah.
From where we were, it was already bad.
Right.
As far as loud. I mean, I'm sure the music was fine. I just couldn't hear it.
So the uninitiated, then we went to Albuquerque kind of as a group. Me and Brandon, Krista, along with Ruben.
My brown buddy.
And, saw Deftones with their big tour that's been kind of held off for 2 years. With Gojira as the co-opener, or the co-main, I guess. Is that how you'd call that?
I mean, I know they didn't. I don't think they got equal time.
No.
I feel like Gojira went for a little over an hour. I feel like Deftones went right under 2.
Yeah, they were close to 2 for sure.
Yeah, it was, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, there's
no
complaint.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
20 songs.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
20 song set list.
Fuck, and there's a lot of their songs are not short.
No, they were, especially like the more moodier, mellow ones. Those are a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You get out there and start hearing, because of course their encore, 2 of them were from Adrenaline. Those are some short songs.
Yeah.
Like you can knock out an encore in about 12 minutes if you really want to.
Right. Well, and the thing is, too, is that I didn't, because you'd asked me a few weeks ago, it was like, hey, bro, you want to see the set list they had in like Portland or something? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to, because most bands, when they tour, man, they don't deviate. It's the same playlist. That way they've always got the sound pit guys on,
right,
on point, and everything's cool. So that way it's mapped out and they know exactly what the hell's going on. Deftones played a very different playlist than they did in Portland.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean,
Corey No Yokon was very well represented. They only played Rosemary, I think, in Portland.
That's why I'm glad you didn't want to know, because the news for you, because I know that's your jam.
Yeah.
That album's your jam, was not well represented off the bat.
Right.
Until we get to Albuquerque, and then all of a sudden, like 4 songs?
Entombed, Rosemary, fucking...
Sex tape? No, that's not fucking.
That's not on Cornell.
But Tempest.
I know there were 3. Yeah, the third one's not coming to mind right now because I'm in a little bit of an altered state of mind. But
Tempest, Rosemary.
I thought they did Entombed as well.
They did not.
Maybe not. All right. Maybe I was in an altered state of mind while I was at the concert too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really, everything was... I did not hear... every song I wanted to hear, I heard. Really.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear Passenger live unless Maynard's in the back and come out and do his part.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, really, that's not... It's a great song, but it's not something I want to hear live unless certain conditions are met.
Agreed. Yeah, that's the only song I would ever want to hear live, and I agree. It would have to have Maynard involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I really just want to see Sergio Vega. Oh, whoops.
Ooh.
They fired their bass player like a week before the tour kicked off. So.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. But that other dude filled in fine. And the other guy, the weird, random extra guitar player, he's out for about maybe between a third to a half. It wasn't a full half, though, but it was a great show. And usually whenever you catch a show like that, it's because of a lot of the stuff that builds around it. So first was like kind of just the fact we were going to go to Albuquerque to see him. Second was the fact that was a goddamn work day, so I had to get off work early, scoot to the house and grab Ruben and Brandon and get down the road. And you guys had left a half hour before we did. And man, so we get to Albuquerque and all join up, grab a meal, and off to the show. And I had never been to Isleta. And Ruben was going on and on and on about what a great venue it was. And I thought, well, I'm sure it's fine. Fuck, that dude he nailed it.
It's a great venue.
And I always talk shit, mad shit about Ticketmaster, and their Live Nation shit. I have zero complaints about how Live Nation handled that.
Yeah, it went smoothly.
Yeah. It was once they opened the gates, we were in once they were open. We were in like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that sun kind of sucked there for a little bit. Being closer to it there in Burke.
Well, I will say this: we were getting some conflicting info about when the gates were going to open.
Yeah,
and as it turned out, we got there and we got to wait around 20 minutes,
which was fine. I mean, it all worked out. Mm-hmm. They didn't check me from a vape.
Yeah. But Brandon immediately freaked me. I was like, "Hey man, they're going to make you take off your jewelry." He's like, "Ah, shit." And I get up there and I start taking off there, and both those security guys are like, no, get on through. Right on.
Well, I mean, shit, it looks like a thorny cock ring to the uninitiated.
It's an Ouroboros.
Well, now I learned that is to the initiated.
Really, really smart.
That is a Duran Gray album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Huh.
So I'm assuming it's a Japanese thing.
Well, but it's actually Jormungandr. But the thing is that it's an Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm. I guess the first time I learned about an Ouroboros was in an anime. But it's a concept I think that's found across.
Yeah.
When the Midgard serpent spits out his tail, then Ragnarok begins.
Ooh.
But other than that, life is completely circular all the time.
Let's hope that guy's not choking on his tail right now. Or maybe he should be.
Maybe he should be, yeah. That's Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast where we get together and air our grievances every week or every other week. Sometimes one of us is happy and the other two are really angry, and that's kind of where we're at this week. I'll let all of you figure out what's what. Mr. Chucklehead over here with the fucking beard.
Having a happy day Friday. Well, shit, man. I don't know. I feel like I waited through 4 years of shit, and if I'm getting a couple years of joy, I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. No, I'm not angry at you about that.
I know.
It's just
I'm almost angry at
small
myself.
town tea shit, and on top of that, fuck, man. I mean, I really feel unsettled in what I'm trying to accomplish in life because now it feels like I used to know. Now I'm not even fucking sure what I'm supposed to be here for.
Well, fuck. Do you have to have a reason?
Yeah.
I
do.
I mean, I appreciate that about your character. But fuck, I mean, at the end of the day, God, I'm just happy to be here.
I mean, I occasionally share a meme that says, and it's said in various phraseologies, but it's something along the lines of, humans weren't put here to have credit scores and work. We were put here to just exist. And so sometimes just existing is okay. Sure. It does feel a little weird because we've been literally taught, ingrained since we were probably before we were even able to walk.
I had kind
that
of
we needed to have, a work ethic and grind our teeth and do all these things to accomplish stuff and things.
And it's all bullshit that's important to some people, but it's not important to everybody.
It's just not. Well, it's stuff we made up.
Yeah. I had a weird thought. I was imbibing in some legal cannabis here.
Hey-o.
Thank you, New Mexico. But I had a thought because I got a friend of mine and her son, and he's happy because he's at the end of the school year. And I thought, man, that kid's he's going to enjoy the summer. And I was putting myself back into those same shoes. It's like, hell yeah, June, July, August. I'm going to be nothing but fucking useless all summer and seek out nothing but the ultimate joy for myself.
Exactly.
Well,
with the reality lingering there, it's like, oh, well, back to school. And then you stress the fuck out because, oh, shit, it's back in. There's a bunch of new people I don't know, a bunch of teachers. I don't fucking know any of them. This just ultimate stress.
Yeah.
And I thought, wait a minute. Why do we have that paradigm? Why don't you, like when you go into kindergarten, I realize people move and shit, so that's a thing, but why don't you go into like kindergarten with somebody that's actually educated to teach you at every step of the way, all through your entire fucking elementary, middle school, and high school experience, and you graduate with all the same people and nothing changes? Wouldn't that remove a fucking lot of the anxiety of the entire situation?
You would think so, yeah.
I feel like there'd be a lot more congruency, and teachers would be able to detect very easily changes because they would know their students so well.
And people that are like kind of, it's like, oh, this little asshole might be trying the heroin.
Yeah, I mean that, or if there's stuff going on at home, because it's very easy. There's usually behavioral changes at school, or the first indicator that something's going on. So
I don't know, and I thought, well, why don't we do that? Well, because we live in a very fragmented society.
Yeah.
Like, well, you have to do this and this and this, and it's all different if you're going to be an elementary teacher compared to being a secondary.
Well, continuity is so hard because companies don't care enough to keep their people. So think about, like, for instance, me and CCC. Like, number one, I didn't like teaching, so that was the biggest problem. But number two is they can't keep people because they don't pay people enough.
Yeah.
So if you want continuity, you have to pay people for it.
Well, we live in a society trying to figure out the cheapest way to do everything.
Exactly. Yeah. We're disposable, so why should we give more of ourselves?
Man, I don't know. It was just a thought I had. I thought, why don't we do this? Well, there it is.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It really is.
It worked for the Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yes.
They had nothing but old Scratch or whatever his name was, right?
Old Scratch?
No, that's the devil.
Splinter.
Yeah, there you go.
My God. Like, who the hell? Trained by Old Scratch.
Old Lucifer himself.
Oh, my God.
I almost said Shredder, who's the ultimate bad guy on that. So
Yeah, he's just misunderstood.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
But, I don't know. There's something to be said for that. But no, but you're right. We live in a society that's like, no. It's all about the accumulation of shit and money and power.
Yeah.
And then utilizing that to leverage your opponents. And it's not the best. It's not the best.
No, not particularly.
But the problem is that I could come up with some great utopian ideas, but then others would come along and fuck them all up. So
well, that's a problem because there's always going to be someone who's afraid. So
See, here's what y'all's problem is. Y'all just going to have learned to follow the rules and get on the bus. All right?
The bus? What bus?
The bus of life.
The
bus of rules.
The bus of love.
Follow the rules.
Sounds like a Bret Michaels fucking knockoff.
Oh, my God.
Man, it's fucking hard to decide, like, what is this? Is this the right move for me? Fuck. I left a job I was at for 5 years just because it was about to murder me.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I fell ass first into the job of my dreams like a week later.
That's so awesome.
And I realized
I could see this dude was fucking struggling. Ugh.
Yeah. I remember,
Brandon at the very ass end.
You were not a happy person.
It had hit the point where it's like, I'm going to quit this job. I'm going to be without a job.
Yeah. Right. Because, it's your mental health or nothing.
Yeah.
I get it, man. I've been there before with with jobs. And you're
that fucking place bled as much out of me as they possibly could get. While I was still making under $10 an hour for working there for 5 fucking years. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have walked a long time ago.
Yeah.
I haven't made less than I don't know. I haven't made that little in a long time. I won't do that anymore.
Yeah, it was weird. Well, I was a different cat back then. I was already angry.
Yeah.
And that just helped me stay that way.
Sure.
Where this fucking job, it's hard to be pissed about anything job related.
Yeah, how can you be?
Yeah. Good
However,
point.
life related though, goddamn, issues are issues.
Yeah, for sure. What can you do?
God.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, because it's all of this shit. Because I have to have a purpose, and I'm kind of purposeless right now. So.
Okay.
And the only thing I've got, like, kind of knocking around the noggin all the time is this fucking death sentence I've got. It's kind of hanging.
Sure. Well, it's hard to when you have, your mortality kind of knocking you in the face, man.
But it's like, man, well, because then at least if I feel like I'm driven to something else, then that fades into the background really easy.
Sure. Well, yeah, because you're kind of distracted.
Yeah.
It's good to have distractions like that.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, we've been playing a lot of goddamn guitar lately.
Yeah, actually we did.
That will do it. That'll fucking
Wednesday. We jammed on a Wednesday.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. Usually Brandon doesn't come out because that's the day the Christians get together and burn their fires.
Yeah.
I think, right? Isn't that, or whatever they do?
No, it's just a day I want, my day for me.
Good man.
I'll be honest, like, not today. It's like, nope, this is mine. Thank you, Miles.
So, favorite part of the Deftones show?
Digital bath.
Of the experience. Let me put it that way. Let me rephrase with the experience. Yeah, because I didn't want to say, so what was your favorite song that they did or whatever, of the whole thing. Because I've got one that's a little perplexing of why, but it was just a perfect moment in time.
I have a few
Okay.
that I would say would all rank equally.
Well, lay them on me, Odin. What do you got?
Looking over at Ruben Gonzalez and him barely being able to open his eyes back looking at me, I was happy. No, Ruben was fucking crispy
Oh yeah,
for that opening
so
band
happy.
vows.
and yeah, that guy.
was
That
so
guy.
happy.
When somebody says, "Yeah, go to your happy place," fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Ruben's got
That
one.
guy
He's got one.
was
Yeah.
the happiest ever.
And the
It was
funny
so
thing is-
infectious.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know when he wasn't high anymore because the joy just carried
Oh,
over.
it stayed.
Yeah.
It stayed.
It was just
That's-
the eyes, just that. Yeah, I'm right here now. I'm going to be here. The other one was the the drummer of Gojira.
Yeah, that
My
guy.
God, he was amazing.
That fucking guy.
It was shocking.
I was mesmerized. Holy shit.
And they had so much of their contingent light show based on.
On the beat.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
great.
everything that triggered just perfectly was
Oh,
all
yeah, they did
predicated
such a
on what he
great
was
job.
doing. And that guy, man, end of every banger, he'd stand up and
Yeah.
start throwing fucking drumsticks and
I
shit.
loved
That's how
it.
the French do work, apparently.
It was fucking great. It was the greatest energy. I was like, dude.
By the same token, I was not impressed with the lead guitar player from Gojira either.
See, I
The
didn't.
dude that was playing the arrow.
The
Well, it was an
Jackson
Ibanez,
S.
though.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Was it Ibanez? No, it was Jackson.
It was
You're right.
Jackson,
It was
yeah.
Jackson.
He did his job.
Yeah.
Very unmemorable,
Right.
especially now knowing that the rhythm guitar frontman singer, he's the one doing all those weird guitar things.
Duplantier, right?
Yeah. And but I was actually really impressed with the guy's choice for when he was going to be aggressive with his vocals and when he kind of took a break.
Right.
Sounded great. When the dude kind of just sings, sounds really good. Especially on the two mellow songs they did.
Yeah, right. Out of like probably a dozen, between 12 and 15, I'm sure.
I saw Lamb of
Probably
God.
12. Probably 12.
I saw Lamb of God when they were touring on their Sacrament album. I want to say Gojira was heavier. But for so many different reasons. It was just their riff band, man.
They're
was
riffy and
sick.
aggressive as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they love the environment.
Yeah. Favorite moments of the whole experience?
Well, Gojira, just overall, I thought my bones were going to vibrate out of my body. It was really fantastic.
Yeah.
There was a particular moment, I don't even remember what song, where during Deftones where the lights were like a green and red. It was mostly green with red accents.
Oh, yeah. That's when I made the comment. I was like, it looks like Harry Potter and Voldemort about to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really, I was like, what the hell? I don't know. I had a really great time.
The lighting across the board.
was
I
really
mean,
cool.
if you have any brain issue, do not go
Yeah,
see
no.
Gojira. Just
no
don't.
epileptic.
See him
They-
in the daytime.
Yeah.
They did. They got through the first song, and Brandon leans over and goes, "Man, I hope nobody here's got epilepsy."
Yeah,
We'll
this
know,
is
yeah.
good.
No, by now.
I really liked how some of their like backdrop video were pole dancers. I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a weird one because I enjoyed all the live shit, except for the very the early opener. They had a weird warble to them that bothered my brain a
Yeah,
little bit.
I could tell you were not a big fan of Vows. Like, it was
Yeah.
not for you.
But I got to say, before Vows played, so before anything even happened, you and Krista jumped up to go and grab a couple drinks, and
Couple drinks, Ran.
I was just sitting there. In the nice shade of the high desert, with a nice cool breeze blowing over. It was the most peaceful I've been in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And about to see a gig. Yeah.
It
Goddamn.
really, yeah, there was like a.
It's a man of simple taste right there.
Yeah. Well, in order to be able to appreciate the aggression, you got to understand the peace, right?
Yeah. There was a lot of that before, that's for sure.
But it brought me peace just in general. Like after, it just was kind of a balm for my soul.
Yeah, we decided to come back that night,
Yeah,
which is only about a 3.5-hour drive
Yikes,
from
I'm
Albuquerque.
sorry, guys.
No, it's.
That was fine.
I mean, there's a lot of upside to it. Like, I was mentioning to you guys before we jumped on here, but I was able to sleep in my house, wake up in my own bed the next day, and say, hey, I got an entire Friday ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to drive.
Yeah,
That's
you already
very
did it.
important. It is so important.
But, and if I slept okay in hotels, it'd be different.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
sleep
fair.
worth a
I
shit.
I don't usually either, if I'm being honest.
Every time I stay with folks in a hotel, especially like going to shows and shit, I will sleep on a couch. I won't even grab bed. I paid for the rooms for our
Right.
Tool gig, and I was like, I will get the couch. Y'all can give the beds. Not because I think it's like they're gross or anything. Just I don't get comfortable.
He's afraid I'll aggressively spoon him.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Right.
And
no
then
spooning, right?
And then you got this fucker's brother in the bed next to No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen too many movies to know how this story is.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll sit on this couch and drink beer till I know y'all are sleeping. I'll try to catch a few winks.
But it was, I mean, there's something to be said for that when you're able to do that. And I thought, man, I don't know. I'm going to have to hand off to these guys or something because I'd been up since 4 a.m.
Sure.
And plowed through that entire day, drove to Albuquerque, had dinner with you guys, went to the show, got out of the show, dropped you off at the hotel, and then we proceeded to get on the fucking road for home. And you don't encounter anybody normal on I-40 at night.
No, you don't. You have to be really careful about what the fuck is going on.
We stopped in Klein's Corners, and it was one of the weirdest people I've ever seen working at a weird convenience store thing at like 2:30 in the morning or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
2
I hate
2
those
a.m.
interactions so much.
Oh, it was pretty bizarre, but yeah, I don't know. But, and then I'm checking out because I needed to get something that had some caffeine in it.
Sure, definitely.
And so I whip out a $20 bill, and the guy goes, "Oh, yeah, you got anything smaller like than a 20?"
You're like, I guess.
I'm like, can I use my card? And you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, let's fucking do that. If you're freaking out about me breaking a 20. How tiny do they keep their drawers at night?
Well,
there?
and I know that there's supposedly been a change shortage or some shit. I still see the signs around that says please pay with exact change and stuff like that. So maybe that's still an issue. I don't know.
I'm getting a little upset by some of this shit.
Agreed.
To a degree. I have to get my license renewed because it's getting ready to run out here pretty soon.
Sure.
And so
do you need to do the birth certificate shit?
Yeah, you have to real ID and shit, which is okay. But and somebody, one of my coworkers said, "Well, you still have to do appointments." I said, "Fuck out here, really?" Sure as shit.
Oh,
as a matter of fact, I think that's where the motor vehicle department's going to. I think that's going to be their big paradigm shift.
It's going to be appointment only.
And I can't complain because they work through 50% faster.
Well, yeah, sure.
They know who you are, why you're coming in.
Yeah,
good to go.
I mean, things are already prepared. Yeah, I feel like that has to be a better way. Plus, you're not having a whole bunch of just random people showing up for random shit.
Right. Yeah, taking a number and everything else. So now you have to schedule an appointment online.
That's good to know because I didn't know that.
And they'll send you a text or email, whichever you prefer. And you have to click that when you arrive, and then you are in a virtual line.
Wow.
What the fuck if you're an 85-year-old woman that don't have a cell phone?
They work with the elderly.
Sure, yeah, of course. There's always accommodations. And I'll say, though, because, I have my grandmother, she's in her 70s and is very fluent in internet. Granted, I know that's not the norm, but...
No, actually, that's great. I wish my grandmother was the same way.
Brandon's grandmother is a little bit of a previous...
She can't understand why people have pets in their homes.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well,
some of us need comfort, and sometimes humans don't provide that for us.
Well, keep in mind, this gal comes from a time when she was 4 years old. The only animals they had were either for profit or food.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Sure.
She lived out in the sandhill. Shit.
I mean, if you're not exposed to it, why would...
She finds it weird.
That would be abnormal.
However, she does feed a cat outside, and she's always hated cats, except for this one. She will go out there and feed it and water it, and then talk shit about it and be like, well, if you want to go away, quit.
She probably likes having something to talk shit about.
It sounds like what I do with my cat that lives in the house.
That's just a curmudgeon-y relationship.
Shit. So, Mead update for the week. We
got one going?
We got one going. I mean, and I'm not in a big old hurry about it. I do have a weird one, though, because, recently my latest superpower has been to break fermenters constantly, left and right. Literally left and right. The problem is this, and by the way, something popped up in my little fucking Facebook memories yesterday that it was 7 years ago we started our very first batch ever. Or moved it to secondary.
Shit, getting work done.
Right. Because we'd started that batch, I think, at the very ass end of March, maybe beginning of April, and then we'd moved it to Carboy in early May, and there we go. But But we've been using the same fermenters forever, and plastic, even food grade plastic, will get a little bit brittle.
Yeah, of
you
course, absolutely.
And so my dumb ass, I like to rack off that one to a secondary, and then take it in, fill it full of soapy water, and jam the lid down in it and make them break. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do.
It's all good, man.
So I thought I did that with the one that we had racked over to Carboy a couple weeks ago, because I did the same exact fucking thing. Because I don't learn. And I did it, and I hear a loud crack, and I thought, well, I fucked another one. I went outside and told Brandon, he's out talking to Jack, and they're like, hey, I fucking broke another fermenter, of course, Like, oh, damn. It's like, yeah, well, that means we have no fermenters now.
And I was like, God damn.
I went and dumped it out and was going to take it out and throw it away. I can't find a fucking crack in that thing anywhere.
So there's...
It's
So
magic.
it's fine?
It's magic. I don't know.
Okay, shit. Take it and run with it.
Yeah. And I thought, all right, you know what I'm going to do? So once I got all the soapy water out, I topped it off with clear fucking water.
Just to make sure there was no leak. No leak.
Nothing.
All right, cool, man. Take it.
Where did the cracking sound come from? I have no idea.
No, that's
your
okay.
back.
You know what?
Came from your back.
Something else absorbed it, and you can just give thanks and
Yeah,
say
fuck.
that from whence you were.
So crazy. But so the plan is we'll with what we have remaining in that barrel right now is we're going to
Beer?
use it all up. I'm still good, thanks, man.
Dick.
We're going to go ahead and empty that one out, which shouldn't take very long. We've only got like 3/4 of a gallon in there, so I think Ruben could probably knock that thing out in about 2 visits, really. But I'm going to take it out and I'm going to purge it because it has got a lot of lees in it. The remnant sugars and yeast.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
right.
And
Okay, sure.
the very thing that actually sealed it from the inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
isn't that kind of?
But yeah, I need to clear all that out because I do think in the long run you get a better barrel if you keep it fairly sanitary on the inside.
Sure.
well,
Sanitary, keep it safe.
Sanitary is not the right word. To keep the shit out of it. To
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to sanitize it, but cleaning it, sure, why not?
So that's what we'll do. And then that's basically why that one that's over there in Carboy right now will be the one that gets moved to that once we're done with the purge. Yeah, and then we're going to start another one, and then that one we will have every intention of trying to knock out a couple of cases of 750s.
That'd be all right.
I bought a bottle in a minute. I need to.
We don't hardly have any inventory.
I was gonna say I don't think you do. I did a mulled mead on Yule, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I had a glass on my birthday, so not long ago. But
I mean, it was just literally it was meat in a crock pot with some fruit.
you know what? There you
That
go.
was heated for a minute. Well, no, I guess I did it on the stove because I needed it to go faster because
Right.
sometimes things need to move.
I
a
got
little
nothing
bit.
wrong with mulled mead. I'll throw in a couple of orange halves and throw in some whole cloves. And,
I love it. Yeah, the cloves, the
apple if you got any on
cranberry,
hand.
apple, orange,
And
it was really lovely.
yeah, and just move all that. If you've got a fancy serving device, if not, fucking
Yeah,
ladle in the
little-
crock
yep,
pot.
That's
Fuck it.
what it was.
So. So I think that's good for our mead update. I have kicked around the idea too, by the way, of getting those folks down in Laredo to make another barrel for us, and utilize that one for aging only.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole other beast right there.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of that. Brandon, what we got going on in the metals?
See, I'll hold on to that one. Let's see. We got some new music from a whole bunch of bands I don't care about. It's a sad day. There was a story we were talking about before we went to the concert about a battle between Typo Negative's Peter Steele and Deftones' very own Chino Moreno. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Typo Negative. We've
Yeah.
listened to him here.
Yep.
The front man is huge and, well, he was. He's dead now.
Yeah, I was
But-
gonna say, how is this possible with this man?
When
being
he was
gone?
alive, he was a big,
Yeah,
scary,
he was a beefy man.
big beef boy. Big beef boy. This was in 97.
Oh gosh.
And they were doing a tour with him. And Deftones came out before Typo Negative. But the last song, Chino had a whole bunch of bands come on the stage. Kind of tore shit up a little bit.
Sure.
And then even lit a fire.
Oh, fuck.
Which caused the show to be canceled.
Yeah, definitely.
And Typo Negative not playing.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, you fast forward a little bit to a hotel bar, and they're
So when Peter Steele got involved?
Yeah, from it says tried to punch him. He wasn't successful, but I'm sure there was enough fear in little Chino Moreno to realize the error of his ways.
Yeah, that
you don't want Peter Steele
Yeah, why would he?
coming for you.
Peter Steele looks like he'd be a little slow, though, right?
I know, this is the 90s, man. He was
I'm
in
not
his
talking
prime.
about right now, clearly. But
Well, I mean, he's slower than a motherfucker right now.
Get a shovel.
Yeah, I was going to say a little stagnant, if you will, even. Stationary?
Yeah. No, he just looks like a guy that'll get the goth ladies and throw really slow punches.
Yeah. That's the kind of guy I want to be. Damn. I think that might be the guy I am, only except for the first part. King's X.
Chino also, by the way, had a run-in with the dude from Static X, Wayne Static. He had a run-in with him as well. Chino's got a little bit of a track record of pissing people
like
off.
he
He's an
might be a little
eccentric
shithead.
motherfucker. That's the thing. That's why Maynard likes him so much.
Yeah.
Because, like, I see a little bit of me in
The
that boy.
genius recognizes fucking
Yeah,
genius.
real
too.
recognizing real. King's X got a new album coming out September 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah, Ty Tabor. I follow that cat's stuff, and and he's been talking about that because he put out a solo one last year. And he'd said, he was going to tour in support of that, and immediately then they were going to get back to work on rolling out the next King's X.
Yeah.
And
First one in 14 years. Wow.
God, I hate to say it, I actually thought it had been longer, but yeah,
Well, shit, after 10, you kind of stop counting, right?
right.
I mean, Tool fans know that.
They
So do George R. Martin fans.
Ooh, are there still any?
Not that I've heard of.
he's like allegedly working. He's like, I'm getting pretty close.
I don't know. I feel like we're probably going to see the start and finish of this new show before he finishes this book.
Motherfucker wrote a story for a video game.
Yeah, right.
Yet that book is still on the way. Like the realm, except for the hardcores, I acknowledge that they are still waiting for this book.
I feel
We
bad.
are. We're here.
feel-
I'll still read it.
I feel bad for old K Rocket over here. I do. but really, it brings my heart a lot of joy to see a lot of other people really angry.
That's fair. I'm not angry. If he never finishes it, it's fine. It was fun for what it was. I really enjoyed it.
Got a friend of mine, and he was talking so much dog shit, during the series. He's like, "Yeah, I think you'll enjoy this season." I'm like, you fucking book readers. Well, not that I'm opposed to literacy necessarily.
Sure,
In
sure.
this case, I am. Though.
Well, he was just being a pompous asshole
Right.
about it. Was
When
the
it
problem?
fucks with my TV
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Well, and then we moved into
exactly.
season 6 or 7, and it's
there's
like,
no book.
I guess we're on the same ground now, ain't we?
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I
exactly.
remember-
Yeah, if he would just put out that next book, like, I hope he never does.
I'll say, I hope that guy.
I don't think he ever will.
I hope that guy just eats spam for days until that pig heart just stops, and then.
I've told you before that guy used to come down to Portales every year, right?
Well, yeah, because he fucking fucks off in the mountains that are on fire, right?
He would come down. There's like
That
video
was
from
a
like
little
the late
callous.
90s and George R.R. Martin from like the maybe not even late, early and mid 90s. And he was down there for the Jack Williamson lecture show.
Oh,
Fair enough.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw that show. I'm watching KNW the other
Yeah,
night.
you're
I
like,
went,
"Do, do,
what?
do."
It's like, I know that fat fuck. Who is that? It's
Yeah.
like got a black beard and
Yeah.
stuff.
What's Guillermo del Toro doing in Portales
Oh,
tonight?
my
Wait a minute, that's a young
God.
George R. R. Martin. Oh my God.
Yeah, that dude looked a whole lot different, say, circa 1994.
Oh, I bet he was.
Well, now he owns a
probably
lot of Indestructo balls he can run around in.
Yeah, per the Conan O'Brien. I miss that dude.
The meme will never die.
I would say that I miss him, but I was never
Nah,
up
we're
late
good.
enough to watch him. But they had a bit, and it's like, so let's check in on George R. R. Martin, see how that next book is coming along.
Oh, my
and he's out there,
gosh.
one of those big fucking balls, like running. Fucking George R. R. Martin himself. It's like, well, you're clearly now just trolling your fans
Yeah.
and letting Conan run with it.
Exactly. Which is
Like
fine.
all,
You know
all the
what?
people that didn't read the books, like, I kind of like this guy. I might have to go read these books.
Yeah, I think it's funny because especially for the people who are like seriously angry.
Do you think he'll finish the story?
No.
Even though
I think
mean,
he's going to troll himself to death, unfortunately.
'Cause,
I
like-
want to say he'll finish it and then die, but I feel like he's going to just be like, tee hee hee, and then just croak.
the books weren't super popular. Right.
No, they're kind of hard to read, if I'm being honest with
Little
you.
bit.
They're really dense. There's a lot of characters to follow. There's slow parts. I mean, because that's the thing about the show. You think the show has a lot of characters, but they merged all kinds of characters.
Yeah.
Like the book has hundreds of characters. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a lady friend of mine. She's like, yeah, if you're going to get into this, best thing, get a nice cup of tea and a legal pad. And I'm like, whoa, legal pad? Whoa, I ain't taking notes.
Yeah,
Is this
no.
homework?
I'm not going to take notes. I would refer back to like the family trees with relative frequency, but
Right.
I never took notes.
Sure.
You're not going to. I'm not. Oh, maybe depending on what it is. Maybe okay for like my witchcraft practice, but otherwise I'm not going to take notes when I read.
Whoa. Wait a
generally,
second.
so.
Are you a witch?
I'm a witch.
Oh, no. Oh, good
You
heavens.
didn't know that. Oh no, I'm pretty certain you knew that.
I
Yeah.
did. You gave me.
I know.
quartz.
I gave you a crystal.
You gave me
Ooh,
quartz.
Scary.
Yeah. What kind of on that weird little tangent? I guess if we're getting really, really distracted. I came across something that's kind of profound, in an Asatru book, having to do with life rejecting and life accepting modes of philosophy or spirituality.
Okay.
And I'm not using this as a platform to bash Christians, but they're life rejecting. It's like, nope, we don't need this shit. It's going to be better after we're dead.
Sure.
Almost everything else ever in existence is like, nope, I'm here to enjoy myself now.
Right.
And hopefully there's some other shit going on the
Yeah,
other side of the curtain
exactly.
too. Maybe, but yeah, so life accepting versus life rejecting.
Yeah, it's
But,
fascinating. A lot of monotheistic, I guess, are life rejecting.
yeah, I suppose so. But anyway, yeah, I knew we'd get sidetracked on that a little bit.
Fancy talk.
To the let's you want to get into our break this week and recognize our sponsor from the Wayback Winds?
Oh yes, absolutely. Today brought to you by Bill's Fart Machine.
We're going speed stick this week, right?
Ooh, by Menon?
By Mennonites.
No better way to face the day. The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's 110% protection against wetness and odor that lasts all day.
Lady Speed Stick protects you like a man, treats you like a woman.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day. Powerful protection for both of you.
So is that lady scented? Is that what I understand? This smells like a lady.
Oh my gosh.
You mean that peach body oil, right?
Do all women smell the same?
No.
No.
'Cause
Yeah,
not
I
all
didn't-
dudes do either.
No, correct.
Because we're humans and some of us is nasty.
That's right. Some of us just eat cheese on a daily basis.
It's interesting. Your microflora actually determines your smell. It has
Really?
a lot to do with it.
I
yeah.
think we all as a species, and as much as I love cheese, we need to cut back on the dairy a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, no, cheese
meats
needs to
and
be like twice as expensive. So it's more a
a
moment.
delicacy.
Yes, like it was back in the day. Like, man, we
Right.
got cheese up
Yeah.
in this bitch.
Right?
So
Instead
now
of
it's like, I got some shredded Gouda. I got 3 pounds of that in my freezer.
a block of cheese the size of a car battery.
I don't know why honkies would have smoked Gouda shredded in their freezer. I don't know why I had that voice. My bad.
I don't know. A lot of honkies work at the cheese factory, and they do have big blocks of Gouda in their fridge or freezer. I can speak to it personally.
Damn. Do they smoke it on premises?
I don't know.
And by the way, and I'm not going after like folks in the dairy industry by any means. I'm just saying the human body doesn't do great things. No matter what is that if you're fucking
Lactose
Lactose.
intolerant.
yeah.
We have
Clearly that's the worst, but all humans can be with the right amount of dairy.
Sure.
We don't need to push them limits.
No.
Yeah, I used to have like a nice bowl of cereal before I went to sleep just because it like helped me sleep better. Till one day I woke up like, why am I hope I didn't just shit in my bed. Thankfully I didn't, but it was on the way. It's like, oh, no more dairy before bed.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of adults that can't have because you develop a lactose intolerance because why do you need to have your, the lactose gene on if you're not a child and still consuming milk.
Right.
For, nutrient
See,
value.
even by evolutionary standards, we shouldn't be drinking milk.
Now, granted, Europeans did evolve to produce or to continue to produce an active, the protein to dissolve lactose because we were raising cattle.
Right.
So that actually was a co-evolutionary thing that occurred.
The Mongols drank milk, usually from their horses.
Right, which is...
That's when they weren't helping themselves a little bit of a protein dose of blood from them, too.
Right, well, and I'm curious, too, about, what the content of horse milk is versus cow. Is it a sweet? I doubt it. I don't know, though. I would be very curious to know.
But you know who the dumb Mongolians are, the ones that's over there trying to stroke off a male, right?
Oh, my gosh. This cow will give me milk?
This one's giving me yogurt. It's weird.
I don't even have to wait for it to be cultured. It's already tastes pretty cultured.
Nice and thick.
Well, let's get on that MMA before we start talking about more milk.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
So
I'm a little disappointed.
We're just going to let's hit the main card.
Yeah.
Shall we? And then we'll talk about
UFC 276?
274.
4.
Opening up, Cowboy Cerrone taking on Joe Lozon. Battle of the Oldies.
One of them is a coach, and the other one now drives weird off-road shit and is also an actor. So these are two guys clearly that give a shit about their MMA careers right now.
Vegas giving Cerrone almost 2-1 favorite.
Well, Lozon, it's been a long time for that guy, right?
I don't know. I want to say because
we see him all the time because he's in everybody's corner.
I get Joe Lozon and fucking Cub Swanson confused sometimes. Not their looks, but their careers.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
So how have you been doing lately? Yeah, fucking UFC website blows.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
We're going to assume he's 50-50.
Yeah, no, but this is clearly two veterans that aren't going to be fucking even in this promotion in the next year and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, God, Cowboy had one in his last 6.
He doesn't care. This guy's basically built a fucking old west town up there in Edgewood. And, and he's an actor fucking most of the time. When he's not doing that fucking guy's driving in the Baja 1000 or whatever. He's got a whole bunch of other shit going on, fighting it even in his top 3 now.
Huh.
Yeah, and it shows in his past performances.
Sure.
Not saying I ain't rooting
that
for
guy
the guy.
got knocked out by Conor McGregor's shoulder.
Yeah. Well, yeah. God damn. I don't know. I'm pulling for it tomorrow, but I don't know how it goes. Joe Lozon could flatline him in 30 seconds.
It would not surprise me.
Shogun Hua still fighting in the UFC.
I forgot. I know there's one with another old dude in here, and there it is.
Going against OSP. Master of the Von Flue, the Von Prue.
I like OSP a lot in that. Only because the fact is that Shogun's game has always been really stand-up, and his stand-up's been looking pretty ragged lately.
Yeah, the fact that there is aspects of Shogun's game for us to even talk about is an amazing thing.
I think OSP comes in and takes a wide-angle swing, grabs the hips, plants him, and just fucking just out-wrestles him for 15 minutes.
And then maybe we say goodbye to the Shogun.
Yeah, Bellator needs more old Brazilians. Come on.
No, I think they're full.
They got a Brazilian of them.
Ooh, that's
a unit of measure.
Now on to what might be the fight of the night. Michael Chandler taking on Tony Ferguson in what's probably, depending on what the title situation shakes out later in the evening,
man,
one of these motherfuckers might be fighting for a belt after this.
I really hope you're right, but I don't think it will be because Tony Ferguson, another guy, let's talk about distractions. This is a guy that just couldn't quite reach the summit of that mountain. His last 2 fights have been fucking terrible. And I see no reason why that's going to change. I think Chandler is going to connect, get on him, and we're going to see Tony get fucking beaten. And it's going to be bad.
Yeah, and we've seen it before.
Yeah, the fucking last 2 fights.
God, it's crazy that Gaethje was talking about his fight with Tony. And everybody's like, man, that was fight of the year. And Gaethje was like, yeah, to other people, but to me, that was a pretty boring fight.
Yeah, he got tired of hitting
and he's
him
like,
in the face.
And the fucking guy was like, well, what sense? Like, well, I mean, he dropped me at the end of that round. He also got a shot in after the bell. After that, it was all me.
Yeah.
So it was actually kind of a boring fight.
Yeah, man.
Which, I mean, anytime.
I hate to say it, but I would love it if El Kukui comes back and does what he used to do, but I don't think he will.
Yeah. If that old guy don't show now, he's gone.
I think so.
I'm not saying gone for the pro, but the guy he used to be.
Yeah.
that'll do it.
We do not have the same Tony Ferguson.
Thug Rose.
Yeah, Rose Namajunas. I'm looking forward to this one because I don't watch The Ultimate Fighter. I think I did way back in the first one. Wasn't that when Bisping was in the lineup?
Yeah, the one that had fucking Forrest and Stephen Bonner.
I watched that one, and then I watched the one with Rampage and fucking Sugar, Rashad Evans.
The heavyweights one, yeah.
Yeah. I watched those two. That's the only Ultimate Fighter series that I've watched. So I didn't really have any kind of an inside line on all of this. Apparently, so Rose is fighting Carlos Esparza, who apparently beat Rose for the championship of the Ultimate Fighter that season, right?
Yeah, and the only reason, it counts is because it was for the belt. That was to crown the first strawweight champ.
Yeah, so Carla won that one. Here's the thing, though, is that after that, Carla immediately lost the belt and kind of slipped into an oblivion of some losses back to back.
A lot of ups and a lot of downs.
And when she does well, she's able to engage her wrestling and really dominate with that. The problem is Rose's game is substantially better, significantly better than it was just like 4 years ago.
Yeah, resoundingly better.
Rose has beaten the Polish gal, beaten the Chinese gal. She's beaten everybody that's
Beaten the
rolled out in
Brazilian
front of
gal.
her. Lost to Andrade because she refused to give up that headlock, and she should have because she got bounced on her head.
No, that was
Spiked,
was a huge mistake on her part.
But she was kicking shit out of Jessica Andrade in that fight. You could make the argument if you don't count the Ultimate Fighter finale, and if Rose didn't make that mistake of not letting go of that headlock, she's undefeated in the UFC.
Yeah, oh God, I don't know why. No, Paige Van Zandt didn't beat her.
No, she's not lost to anybody except Carla Esparza and fucking Jessica Andrade.
God, man. Well, she's 12-4. Hold on.
Well, she had a couple in her amateur years, right?
Well, that's her pro record.
Or, pre-UFC years.
Let's see, Andrade lost a split decision to Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Rose?
Yeah.
Really? I thought she'd only had the two in the UFC.
Lost to Tisha Torres and Invicta, her only loss, and then Carla Esparza, the Ultimate Fighter finale. Karolina Kowalkiewicz in a splitty.
In the UFC?
In the UFC. UFC
Wow.
201.
Okay.
And Jessica Andrade.
Okay, well, let's look at it. This is 274. You're talking about 201.
Oh, no.
Rose Namajunas' game is fucking profoundly
I don't
better
bring
than
that up to throw doubt on the fact that she is probably going to knock Carla out inside.
I think she's
going to
ragdoll her. Her striking game is 100% better, and her ground game is better than Carla's. So and that's the only real refuge that Carla Esparza usually has.
I like Carla Esparza. She's one of the old guard, but I feel like she was just next in line.
Would you say Nico Montano is also in the
well,
old guard?
Well, that's flyweights. And I think she's
I'm not addressing.
I think she's working at like Chick-fil-A now or something. I don't know. Certainly in fight.
Up at Wax up in Albuquerque.
Bussing tables at Toscano's.
I got Rose finishing in that one.
As do I. Main event. Let's hammer this down.
Get the news out, son.
You getting ready? You getting ready to watch? Really, full disclosure, this is a stacked pay-per-view card. It really is. Notable names, 2 title fights. You get to weigh-in day. And then all of a sudden, champ ain't in on weight.
Yeah.
You blow weight by a half a fucking pound.
8 ounces.
I've sold more wheat. That's about how much wheat I sell in a day. 8 ounces. I sell like a half pound of wheat a day, I think.
Damn.
That's why this county made $250,000 last year. Or last month. What the fuck am I saying? Thank you, weed.
Don't do like I do, kids.
That's right. Don't do as I do, just do as I say. That's all I mean. Now, we have a situation we've never had before. Fighter being stripped. Because like Yoel and Luke Rockhold, that was for an interim belt, I want to say. And Yoel missed weight, but Luke Rockhold nailed it. But Luke Rockhold also got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a middleweight chance. I think that was just for the interim belt.
We have a pretty good chance of that same thing happening tomorrow, perhaps.
Man, with all this fucking stress that motherfucker had to put his body through in those 2 hours while
Charles Olivera. Yeah.
While Gaethje just kind of chilling, sipping Mai Tais, getting ready for tomorrow, that dude is leaps and bounds ahead of him on recovery.
We'll see.
You can tell who's in whose camp.
Old Kev rooting for the rare Brazilian here. So
See, that's how you know it's wrong. That's how you know
that's how you know it's right. I always pull for Brazilians over dummies.
Oh.
Justin Gaethje is a flat out dummy. We'll throw on a video of him playing golf later.
Golf?
Now, Kev has been a little rough on this guy that's a little bit of a damage sponge. That's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Every fight this guy's been in, except the Khabib fight, has been given an extra $50,000. Stupidity, he might be dumb.
Hey,
Fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
And you can't say I've never rooted for Justin Gaethje because I was definitely rooting for him in that Khabib fight when he fucked her, bud.
Well, you know, you've never rooted for Khabib.
No, never. I will not root for Russians then. I will not root for Russians now. I will always root for the Ukrainians. Cow, cow, cow.
Wow. Oh yeah, but they're all like, I can't do my sport right now. I got to go fight.
Yeah. Yeah, like actually killing Russians.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I think Justin Gaethje knocks out Charles Olivera in like 3.
It's either that or Oliveira gets him and submits him. But I don't see it being a late finish. I think Gaethje gets him early. I think if this thing starts going about second round, Gaethje better start getting a little nervous.
Yeah, well, shit. Look at Tony Ferguson in the 5th round. That dude didn't have a face left.
Yeah, but Tony Ferguson doesn't have the fucking skills that Oliveira's got. We thought he did, but he did not.
It'll be interesting to see. However, if Charles Olivera wins, well, fucking goodbye lightweight division. That's going to be real boring. No champ.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sometimes I think those divisions are better when they don't have a champ.
Divisions are never good if they don't have a champ.
It certainly robs the UFC of more, fanfare.
I don't want to see the strongest division in the realm fucking unmanned. You got to have somebody up there. They were even talking about removing Charles Olivera and throwing in like El Kukui or Chandler in an interim fight. Like, fuck that. Don't do that. The dude fucked her.
Yeah.
Keep it the way it is. If Gaethje wins, fucking Gaethje can get the winner of that.
Keep in mind, this is a company that I have a weird feeling there was a backdoor agreement to where they told Michael Chandler, hey, come over from Bellator and we'll make you a champ within the first couple of years.
Well, then Chandler's an idiot because this ain't pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But he is a Dana White fucking brown noser. That's for damn sure.
He already had one title shot. What's to say they don't fucking make that interim for tomorrow? Come out with some big surprise, and they'll play it up like there's a huge major announcement, and they'll probably even get fucking old Hellboy to...
Then I'll save my time and watch pro wrestling. I ain't got no time for lightweight interim champions. I've had plenty.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Fucking almost all of them, right?
Yeah, we've always got Justin Gaethje was the last one we had.
Yeah.
Give me a real champ. Charles Olivera, I thought was it till that motherfucker ate one cupcake too many.
Man, that's just fucking.
That's
such a
Dairy
bummer.
Queen.
That's such a bummer.
That's so shitty.
Because I was all in because of that fight. The rest of them was like, oh, these are great too. So this is clearly a buy.
Right.
No.
Damn.
Oh well. It is what
It'll be a good fight. It'll be a good night of fights.
Well, fucking better be. If it's another one like 272, whatever that one was. Then we have a real problem. I think I might be out on fucking throwing money at pay-per-views.
Which kind of sucks because we actually have a group of people that throw in on it. I mean, if I dump down $25 and the fights aren't that great, I'm not going to lose that much sleep.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to have friends that have jobs.
Yay.
So those like, I'll catch you in the next one, bud.
I can just think back to the good old days when I used to bitch about it being $39.99.
I know, and now what is it, 80?
Almost $80.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They got a finance pay-per-view cost.
I just can't
and if we're short one person, guess who gets to eat the extra person's?
Yeah.
So, that's fine. It is what it is.
It ain't all on you, bullshit. I pay like fucking $40 if it's just us.
There you go.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. He's got you. He's got you, bud.
All right.
Thankfully, Jack throws in 30 every time he's here.
Anyway, we probably ought to wrap her up, huh? We're probably getting close to the end here.
54 minutes.
We're a little early.
So, what do you got going on tomorrow?
Oh, I have an aerial performance tomorrow.
fuck yeah, dude.
You gonna dress up like a Disney princess again?
No, tomorrow's not Disney Princess. Tomorrow's theme is basic. What is it called? A
Basic
celestial?
Instinct.
Basic
no,
instinct. Right on. Yeah.
no, it's called the celestial.
I'll be there.
Oh my goodness. Celestial Showdown. So basically we're transforming from angels to demons. It'll be a good time.
No shit.
Yeah.
That sounds
I'm pretty
fucking
pumped.
awesome. I'm
Pretty
sure
pumped.
photos will be taken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
And I will
yeah,
post them eventually.
that is very cool. That's some Cirque du Soleil stuff.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
it should be pretty
man.
exciting.
I'll be here
Yeah.
watching people get beat up, eating pork. Hopefully not getting porked.
Oh, pork, not salmon. Did you change your mind?
Yeah, I can't fire up a grill. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because I don't want to burn down the fucking
Yeah,
county.
maybe let's not do that.
Yeah, so no, I'm going to do pulled pork out of the crock pot tomorrow and throw together some coleslaw. But I do that. Mine is that, like, it's a weird little strip in South Carolina that they really, really like vinegar a lot.
Yeah.
That's my pulled pork. So,
Okay. I don't know if I've had like a vinegar-based pulled pork.
yeah. They've got like several in South Carolina, but
Interesting.
they've got those that are just purely into vinegar and like an umami kind of a thing going.
What a fascinating flavor combination.
Not far away. I mean, maybe a valley over. Then they've got it, and it's like a mustard-based pulled pork.
Yeah.
And then they've got your normal barbecue shit when
Sure.
it gets a little more coastal. But
Sure.
yeah, there's several though. But that one's one because I was in the Marines with a guy that kind of let me in on that.
Sure.
Like, it's like, why do you assholes only do vinegar in your pork? That sounds disgusting. Actually, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. I think it's, but I like vinegar.
Yeah,
So.
I pack that shit onto a bun and throw some coleslaw on it. Throw it on the top
It's
bun.
so
and
good.
that's-
I
it's
love
on.
using coleslaw on top of
Hell
like
yeah.
a pulled pork or even a
I
burger.
haven't used
Oh, man.
coleslaw as a topping on anything until I had that here.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I
Yeah,
get it.
love
I get it.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because then you get the cold, creamy shit to mix with
Yes.
the vinegar of the pork.
Yes,
you know, so, yeah.
exactly.
That's what we'll be doing tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Wonder what the poor people gonna be doing.
Final episode of Friends happened 20 years ago. No, 18 years ago this week.
Oh, wow.
04.
Damn.
Up for a little Friends trivia?
I'd never watch it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was going to say, honestly, you know who showed me Friends? Don. He's the only reason I saw
Really?
any episodes. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid. My parents said it was inappropriate.
But it had
Somebody
Jennifer
told you that
Aniston
it was
in
going to be this way.
But it had Jennifer Aniston in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
did. I'd say that it had McConaughey in it, right?
No.
Clooney. No, what was
No.
the hot guy that they in there? That was a Alec
There's
Baldwin.
David
David
Arquette.
Schwimmer? David
and
Schwimmer?
There was, yes.
And that guy that died today. There was a guy like some actor from Friends died today that wasn't, but not a part
Oh,
of.
no. That was a couple weeks ago. That was the dude that ran the coffee shop on the show.
Oh, okay. I was like, who are y'all
Dietrich
talking
or
about?
Dieter or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that,
I don't
yeah.
know who that is.
All right. Well, good. I didn't want to have to.
Sorry.
I didn't want to fucking have to do that anyway.
Sorry, Kev.
Apparently, you don't like Friends with Hal.
Honestly,
and I
when
was
I
only and I was only like I would watch it because like, well, got Jennifer Aniston and it's got the chick that
Mike
Lisa
Haggerty.
Kudrow.
Yeah, they're both hot and they're good to look at, but
Courtney
I really
Cox is a little.
Yeah, she never really did a whole lot for me.
I think it's because I'm a titty man.
Yeah, she has no titties at all.
I'm
no
a
titties.
T-boy. T-boy.
I like them bubes,
Baha. Baha on the T.
them sweater Hogans,
Sweater puppies?
a couple dogs fighting under a blanket.
Oh my god. You
Shit.
make it sound so obscene.
We talking about boobs. people. Good New York boobs. Let's get to picks.
What you drinking?
I'm going to be drinking Budweiser
Good
because,
man.
that is my life. That's where I am.
Sure.
I don't need to be anywhere else.
You got to kind of take it easy with your performance tomorrow.
Yeah, I just had coffee, kombucha, and water.
There it is.
Go figure. Nice and hydrated and slightly energized.
I'm just going to drink a bunch of cannabis lace syrup. So
Yeah.
You got that.
yeah, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Let's see. What are you listening to?
I'm going to be listening to that new Soar fucking song, man, off the new album coming up.
Okay.
We jammed that a while back. Woo. I'm ready. I'm ready for what's next. I'm finally stoked about folk metal again.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even talk about Winter Sun this week. I had too much rage in me, and it would have fucking got us in trouble and got a bunch of people angry again. So
That's okay. He'll kick someone else out of his band. We can cover it in a couple weeks.
fuck those guys. All right, maybe, probably Anima, I think, is kind of where I'm at today. Kind of works with the rage.
A little
kinda,
catharsis.
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking get some of it out and feel good about it.
Yeah, that's right. You got anything in particular? Actually, it was really cool. You put up Digital Bath as the background on one of your Instagram
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
vids the other day.
Damn. Yeah. Deftones for sure. You know what I heard? I think it was this weekend, last week too. I guess it's a new-ish Korn song, but Octane is playing it, and I don't know that I like it very much. I'm trying to like it, but yeah, it's off their most recent album. I think they released in November.
I have not listened to a lot of that outside the singles. I know they covered Backstreet Boys recently.
Oh, that's kind of
Korn?
cool.
Really?
I can dig that.
All right.
Yeah, it was a little almost like it was. I don't even know what the technical term is for it, but it just didn't
Shitty.
quite work for me.
Shitty.
Is that the word I'm looking
Shitty.
for? Shitty.
So if Korn goes on tour and they have Limp Bizkit opening for them, what's the ticket price for you that's a break even?
Well, let's see. Like, goddamn, Power Man, Static X, fucking Rob Zombie, and another one.
Well, that's all going on a Tuesday in September in Albuquerque.
That's all right. That's one. If I have to go by myself, I will, because that is my wheelhouse of 19-year-old, all the bands I liked.
Oh shit.
But
Just a Tuesday is such a hard one to pull off.
it is. Well, I'm off Wednesdays. Not for me.
Well, that's
Not for
usher
the
in and
weed boy.
celebrate 9/11. So,
Jeez.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
let
about.
Rob Zombie guide you forward.
Limp Bizkit, I'm good. I don't need
Yeah.
to see him live.
I was gonna say Limp Bizkit if they were opening for Korn, I'm good for like $20.
Limp
Maybe.
Bizkit,
I just feel like they're so much older now. They're just not going to be quite as cool.
Limp
that.
They're
Bizkit
just
is
not
not
gonna be
good
as cool.
live.
I just don't.
Oh,
There's no
really?
way.
I'm gonna
oh,
put
yeah,
that
'cause
out
you,
there.
you've seen him a couple of times, right?
I haven't seen him. I've only
Really? Oh, that's Ruben that's seen him twice.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
I've seen Korn twice, but Limp Bizkit, from everything I've heard online, like as far as videos of them performing live,
Garbage life.
it's just not great.
Yeah.
Wes Borland's great; he's a hell of a guitar player, but Fred Durst, now that he's a middle-aged motherfucker.
Yeah, he's an old
man.
man. I'm sorry.
lost the
like
smoke.
he did not age well.
Yeah.
You look at Fred Durst and you look at Chino Moreno. Chino Moreno still has the
Yeah,
energy
he
of a
aged
12-year-old.
Very well.
Right.
Yes.
Still got that little beer belly.
That's okay.
Wearing his
Beer
pants
belly's
half off his
rocking.
ass.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, yep,
That's
sag that
like,
shit,
yeah,
man.
I
I was
give a
all for
fuck.
it. I was all for it. I was like, I want to see that ass crack. I saw that ass crack. Let me tell you, I saw it multiple times. It was
That's
great.
the sound.
Sound of clap.
Any predictions on the fight tomorrow?
That when it's over, we'll be happy we bought it.
God, I hope you're right.
I want to be right.
I'm predicting Michael Chandler KOs fucking Cerrone in like 25
You
seconds.
mean El Cuckoo? Cowboys fighting Joe Lozon.
Oh yeah, I got my fights. I got my fights all fucked up.
Oh, shit.
That's right. Oh, Michael Chandler and yeah. No, sorry.
Chandler.
Cerrone's going to get fucking flatlined too. But yeah, I think Chandler fucking.
You're thinking the old guard goes down tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow. But it's old guard on old guard, so that's a safe pick, right?
Yeah, that's true. Except, yeah, Chandler's fucking a little up there, yeah?
Yeah. 34, 5, something.
It's on the downturn of the prom.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for us to wrap her up because you're not going to join us tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure you don't have any thoughts
Well,
on that.
no, and you guys know I only watch it because I enjoyed the blood.
Who would win in a
I
fight?
don't know.
Who would win in a fight? Kim Kardashian. Or someone else.
I was going to say, you can't say Amber Heard because we know that is Amber all day long.
I was going to say Amber Heard, but
She'd knock her out and then shit on her. That's the because apparently Amber Heard's a little bit of a freak.
you don't mark your territory with piss anymore. It's all poop.
I just don't really care for Kim Kardashian very much. I just don't think she's a very nice person.
I don't even think she's attractive is my problem. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, I don't even get this.
You know, it's kind of a strange thing. I'm one of those strange people who like people's bodies. I like people to embrace the bodies they have. So if that means they have small tits and no ass, or big tits and no ass, or whatever combination of bits they have. I mean, sure, do I have preferences? Yeah, but I don't know. I like people to just kind of dig what they they've got instead of all kinds
Fucking
of weird
profound.
plastic stuff confuses me.
That might be almost too profound for this show.
Probably.
Maybe.
Probably. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. We'll be back at it again, coming up in 2 weeks again with the Mead Metal MMA podcast. Are you going to be with us or are you out?
Next week, I'll be
2
here.
weeks.
2 weeks? I think I might be gone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now we'll figure it out.
Well, hey,
Might
thanks
get
for going with us to Albuquerque. Eh?
It was such a great time.
It really was, man.
Might get the alternative Krista, and we'll get Ruben on or something.
There you go.
Ooh, the sexier one.
Exactly.
Fuck it. See you in 2 weeks. Huh?
Oh,